Hey everybody, I just wanted to show you the differences between someone who really believes in what they're saying and someone who doesn't believe in it at all. So here's Nancy Pelosi. We've showed you this video before. I'm going to show it to you again real quick. This is to show you, I'm doing this to show that the corporate Democrats don't believe their bullshit, and they only say it because they got nothing else to say. They have nothing to offer people. They have nothing else to say because their corporate donors won't let them say it. Nancy Pelosi can't be for single payer because her donors won't let her be for it. Nancy Pelosi isn't for lots of things. Okay. You know, they want to impeach Donald Trump, but she famously said impeachment's off the table for war criminals. Just remember that. So here she is pretending to care about people and care about her own platform. Here's her having to read her own platform.
Families economically. So that takes us to the better deal. And the better deal, I just want to say this to you because you'll be hearing more about it. It's about better jobs. The better deal is about better jobs.
She has no idea what it's about. She has to read it. She has to take her sunglasses off so she could read it off a goddamn brochure or a pamphlet or whatever that is.
I still stand by Chinese takeout menu.
It looks
I think it's a Chinese takeout menu with notes written on it.
Until
someone proves me otherwise.
Better wages, better future, higher pay. That means, as Barbara Lee said, equal pay for equal work, at the very least, as Jackie indicated with Rosie the River. Higher pay, equal pay, lower cost.
What does that mean?
Lower cost to people. Well, let's see. One thing we could lower costs is prescription drugs. Lowering the cost of prescription drugs and ending drug price gouging is a way to lower costs.
It's so bad, it's making me laugh. I've seen this probably 10 times, and for some reason, it's really making me laugh this time. This is so bad.
Families. Monopolies crack down on big corporate mergers that hurt consumers, workers, and competition. That helps to lower costs when we stop that. And again, tools for the 21st century, to have the apprenticeships, to have the investments in education.
So it's pathetic. It's beyond, but that's the leader, by the way. That isn't the 14th person down. That's not somebody. That's the leader. That's what the leader sounds like. And you wonder why they're wiped out at every level of government? That's their freaking leader. Could you be more pathetic? No, the answer is no.
Yeah, who would be inspired by that?
I was.
Who would take?
I was.
Who would take time out of their day to go do that? You go, well, if you're Nancy Pelosi or her staff, you go, why would you even show up and read it off a pamphlet? Who's that going to help? Why, you're just wasting time. Why would you even do that? That's actually going to hurt you. It's going to hurt the party. It's going to hurt this bullshit pamphlet platform you seem to care about. You pretend to care about. It's going to hurt everything. Why would you do that? So the reason I show you that is now here's Nina Turner. Here's someone who doesn't have to read what she believes off a pamphlet because it comes right from her heart. And that's what I'm talking about. That's the difference between Donald. You know why Donald Trump got elected? Because he didn't have to read his platform off a pamphlet. He knew what it was. I hate Mexicans. I hate Muslims. Anybody different. And no more bad trade deals. Vote for me. Right? Mm-hmm. Nobody had to think about what his platform was. Nancy Pelosi has to think about what her own platform is. Not only does other people not know what the F it is, she doesn't know what it is. Here's Nina Turner, a little different.
Oh, you think there's something wrong with Democrats who don't support the single-payer health insurance idea, which is basically Medicare for all. You think that should be a litmus test? The nominee in 2020 should be for a single-payer system.
It's a value proposition, Larry. It's not my litmus test. It's the test of the American people. The overwhelming majority of the American people, regardless of their political ideology, really believe that the government should take more of a role in managing and providing health care. Medicare works. Ask our seniors, ask our elders. It really does work. And in the wealthiest country on the face of the earth, it really is a moral question for us, whether you're Democrat or Republican. But because the Democratic Party is the party of FDR. We are the ones that espouse these high-minded values. Why wouldn't we be the party that wants to push Medicare for all through? You know, again, going back to FDR in 1944, that economic Bill of Rights, within that Bill of Rights, he had health care there. He had jobs there. He had people living in decent homes and also safety nets for folks, too. We have to get back to that to show very clearly that there is a profound difference between us and the Republican Party, not just by what we say, but what we're willing to stand up for and what we are willing to do.
Boy, that was a little different. Where's her pamphlet, Rhonda? I didn't see a Chinese takeout menu anywhere around her. What happened?
Nope. I don't even think she needed a note card or anything. I think she knew what she was up to there.
And
you could have woken her up from a sleep. She would have nailed it.
Absolutely. And I have a feeling her staff knows where she stands on this issue.
I have a feeling her staff knows where she stands on this issue. They don't have to ask. They're not surprised. Oh, my God, Nina's for single payer, for Medicare for all. That's a shock to us. Oh, boy, we're going to have some tough conversations with our donors.
No, they're ready. We've dealt with their staff before. They're actually wonderful people.
Aren't
so
they?
Yes, they are.
Oh, Nina Turner staff?
Yeah,
They are
yeah.
wonderful people.
Yeah.
Now, I'm going to contrast that with Kamala Harris. So I just contrasted that with Nancy Pelosi. Now, what's Kamala Harris?
Here, I'll break some news. I intend to co-sponsor the Medicaid for All bill. And because it's just the right thing to do. It's just the right thing to do. Somebody should tell my staff. You're right. You're right. And if you look at it, and again, this is part of our ongoing fight to make very clear, one, that this should not be a partisan issue. It shouldn't even be a bipartisan issue. It should be a nonpartisan issue.
So that I don't get. If you remember what Nina Turner just said, we are the party of FDR. We are the party of Medicare and Medicaid. We have to distinguish ourselves from the Republicans. Do you see the difference? Do you see what she's doing? I don't want to make this partisan. Why? Why not use Medicare for all as a defining issue between you and the Republicans? Because it's going to be, if you're really for it, they're really against it. So do you see what I'm saying? Did you hear Nina Turner saying this is what we need to distinguish ourselves between us and the Republicans? Did you see the difference between what she's saying?
Babies are born not with something on them that says they're a Democrat or a Republican or they're in a red state.
Why are you, again, she's apologizing for being for Medicare for all the way through it. They're not born with a Republican or Democrat. Why do you have to laugh? Why are you nervous? Why are you uncomfortable standing up for Medicare for all? So to me, that's the big difference. Between Nancy Pelosi and Nina Turner. You see the difference? Nina Turner doesn't have to read off a pamphlet what her core convictions are. Nancy Pelosi does. You know why? Because she doesn't have any. Her core convictions are money. The whole Democratic machine, the whole idea is we need to raise more money to beat the Republicans. Well, guess what? They've been raising more money than the Republicans. Hillary Clinton spent twice as much money as Donald Trump did, and they lost. So they're on their own litmus test. The Democrats have failed. The reason why you move to the right, the reason why you take corporate money is because you're going to win. They're wiped out. So this strategy of taking corporate money is over, or it's proven loser. Anyway, I wanted to show you that. That to me is the most stunning thing. This whole idea here. That's why I don't think Kamala Harris is really being genuine. Why is she such an Why is she so apologetic? Being for something, and why does she try to make it a nonpartisan issue? This is the perfect issue to beat the Republicans over the head with it. Well, and of course they won't. Go ahead.
Well, and also like the context of like where she was, like the fact that she was in a room of people that cheered when she said she supported. That would be like me at one of our live shows being like, "Hey everybody, welcome to the Jimmy Dore show," and then everybody cheers because you know they bought a ticket, they want to be there, and then I go, not everybody agrees with everything we say on the Jimmy Dore show. Some people don't like it. Some people, they'd be like, what are you doing?
Yes.
But One thing I will say, though, there is a place for bringing up the fact that in other countries, it's not a partisan issue. I mean, that discussion will eventually have to happen, but not in a room full of people that already agree with, that cause and are thrilled to hear you're behind it.
I'm showing you the stark difference between how Nina Turner talks about it and how Kamala Harris talks about it, and there is a stark difference. Mm-hmm. There's a stark difference between that. Why these corporate Democrats always want to seek bipartisanship. They always are looking to reach. They're always, come on, the Republicans have some good ideas too. That's their whole thing, right? That's what the corporate Democrats. That's what that was more of. And Nina Turner's like, no, we got to define who we are, and we got to define who they are. And that's what that's why people voted for Trump, because there wasn't a big difference between Jeb Bush and Martin O'Malley. There wasn't a big difference between Jeb Bush and Hillary Clinton. There wasn't. That's why people voted for a difference. They voted for change again. So I think that's very instructive. I think it's very clear to see the difference between a real fighter, Nina Turner, someone who has passion and conviction in her beliefs, and people who are just giving lip service. Nancy Pelosi, that's lip service to workers. That's lip service. That's not a real plan. That's bullshit, which is why she has to read it off a fucking pamphlet. And so that's a good compare and contrast. Nice compare and contrast. Hey everybody, we have 2 live Jimmy Dore shows in September. September 25th, we're in San Diego, and September 18th in Burbank, California. Get your tickets right there. There's a link right there.